So you've made the product, you have a ton of inventory now sitting in your warehouse, and you're thinking the best way to get affiliate creators is to start sending it out in mass to a bunch of creators and pray that they start posting their stories. Now, as someone that has tried this strategy of sending it out and praying that they post, I will tell you that out of 100 packages that you send, 99% of them will ghost you, they won't post a story, or they will just waste your time. And the 1% that does will post a shitty story that looks like it was recorded from a potato, and that is going to lead to no sales and a bunch more wasted time and a bunch of wasted product. So in this video, I'm going to be breaking down exactly why affiliate marketing doesn't work for you and how to make it work for you. Now, I've been there, I've sent out thousands of packages to affiliates, and from most of them, I got 0 results. However, I've been able to figure it out, and I've learned from brands like Goli or Fashion Nova that do millions of dollars in affiliate marketing sales. So we know that it works, we just have to do it the right way. And since then, we've generated hundreds of thousands of dollars using affiliate marketing on TikTok Shop. And I'm gonna be breaking down the things that you need to do to make affiliate marketing work for you as well. Now, before we get into it, let's talk about the proof of why affiliate marketing actually works. Now, you might be wondering that, these brands are sending out a lot of these products to customers or creators or influencers, whatever, but how do we know that it's generating sales? Now, the biggest example of this is TikTok Shop. If we look at Kalo Data, which is a TikTok Shop aggregation platform, it basically just aggregates TikTok Shop analytics and shows you how much sales certain brands have made and then breaks them down. We can see that in the top shop categories in TikTok Shop for the last month, so this is for the last 30 days, we can see that this brand, Tarte Cosmetics, has generated 8.01 million, Medicube has generated 7.46 million, Crocs have generated 5.94 million, Goli has generated 5.17 million. So it just goes on and on. And if we go through some of these brands, you'll see that most of these sales are coming from affiliate marketing. So in the breakdown here, you can see that from self-operated accounts, that means they own the accounts, they post their own content, there's only 184K in sales, and 97%, so $7.83 million is from affiliate marketing. Same thing with these other stores. Let's look at this store right here, this random one. This one has generated about 18% from their own accounts, and then 3.93 million, or 75% from the affiliate sales that they get. Same thing with Goli, and this is the biggest supplement brand in TikTok Shop right now. They've generated 99% of their sales using affiliate marketing. So we know this works. Now let's talk about the techniques on how to make it work for your brand, whether you're starting out, whether you're built momentum and you're just trying to scale. I'm going to be talking about the few things that we do to vet creators, to make sure that creators post for us, to make sure that every product we send has the highest likelihood of the influencer or creator posting for us. Now, the first thing that sets apart a successful affiliate marketing strategy from a non-successful one is vetting creators heavily. Now, if you're on TikTok Shop, you don't just want to make sure that they're requesting a sample, you want to make sure that they are aligned with your brand and they have the sales to back it up. Now, for us, we don't hire any creators that have below 10,000 GMV. That's the amount of revenue they've generated on TikTok Shop, because we're primarily focused on TikTok Shop. But if you're hiring UGC, off-platform UGC creators on Twitter or through Instagram, you want to make sure that they have analytic results to prove that their videos have generated sales. And you just want to look at sales, because clicks don't matter, views don't matter. The only thing that matters is the revenue generated from those videos. Because let's be honest, you're not a massive brand that's just going for brand awareness. You want to make sure that every product you send out has the highest likelihood of generating sales for you. So that's super easy to do on TikTok Shop, because there's something called the creator dashboard where you see the amount of sales that you generated a brand. And a lot of these creators will have screenshots to back it up. Now, sometimes we understand that they might have their accounts banned or they might not have the results, which if you're a creator, you should always take screenshots. However, we will also do a secondary vetting by looking at their best performing content if they have a video saved, and we will review the content to see if it is good content. Now, if you want to know what good content looks like for TikTok Shop specifically, I have a video breaking down how to make sales on TikTok Shop as an affiliate, where I break down a video live and show you what makes a video good video. You can also do this by going through some of the top videos in Kalo Data, like right here. You can go through some of the creators and their profiles and see what kind of videos they're posting to get an idea of what top performing content for a supplement brand, or if it's another physical product, just find a similar brand to get an idea of what good content for your brand looks like. So you want to make sure that one, they have the GMV data through screenshots or through actual dashboard video, providing proof that they have generated the sales that they've generated. And secondly, you want to review their video content to make sure that it is solid. It's very important to do these steps earlier on, because these first creators that you onboard, part are going to be building the foundational culture for the rest of the creators that flow in. Because once your brand starts getting momentum, there's going to be a ton of creators that want to promote your product because they know it's making money. So now you want to make sure that the culture remains strong and you just keep scaling. So this is where it's really important to build momentum and stop doing things that take away from the momentum that you're building. So the easiest way to vet creators and also recruit them is through the TikTok Shop affiliate portal. Now, there's a caveat. If you're a newer brand, most likely this won't allow you to send out as many requests. For example, for this new brand, we're not able to send out more than 2,000 requests. So once you do, you're kind of out of luck for that day or that week, whatever the TikTok Shop limitation is. So, however, you can see from here how easy it is to vet creators. We can see that this creator has generated 133K GMV and they've generated 10,000 units sold. And you can see their videos, so you can also determine whether or not that they're a good fit for the product you're selling. Same thing here. This creator has generated 117K. Same thing with this creator. She's generated 10K on this account, but she's generated way more than this on other accounts because this is a very prominent creator. You want to make sure you also look at her content because sometimes you might find a good deal. Creators that are on the verge of becoming massively viral, but they haven't yet broken through, but you can see from their content that they are making very high quality content and they just need a video to pop off. So that's why it's really important to also review their content and understand what good content is. And with this, we'll also be getting to the second step. Now, once you've vetted these creators, you brought them into your community, it's also important to incentivize them. Now, this applies to both creators that are in your Discord. So this means if you're launching a new brand, that initial group of creators that you have that are going to be running and pushing your product. This also applies to affiliates outside of those initial creators. What do I mean by this? As you start getting sales, you will have affiliates that find you on TikTok somewhere. They're going to be wanting to promote your product. So you want to make sure that the culture remains strong. And this brings us to our second point, which is to incentivize them outside of TikTok Shop directly, especially if you're a newer brand. So incentivizing them outside of TikTok Shop is super important because you can see that there are way more brands competing for creators than there are creators. You want to make sure that your brand has the highest likelihood of a creator posting content for them, because once you understand TikTok Shop is a momentum-based game, then you will understand why certain brands take all these decisions that they do. And for this reason, it's very important for a new brand to go all in on their first 10 to 15 creators. That means you want to incentivize them by providing retainers. So retainers are a payment you give them outside of the commission. And this is kind of the cherry on top. So if they make 0 sales, they'll still get a base pay. And this just motivates them to keep posting when they don't necessarily get any results from TikTok Shop. This is quite important because you'll realize like the more sales your product has already, the more sales it's going to easily generate. The more experienced creators you have in your community, the more sales it's going to generate. So make sure that you have higher GMV creators, not just beginner creators, because those creators are usually a better value than beginner creators that you have to teach. So make sure you pay a bit more in retainers for them and commissions for them. And that takes us to our second point, which is giving higher commission. So for our new brand that we're launching, we're going to be giving anywhere from 30 to 45% commissions. Now, this might seem like a lot when you're seeing all these other brands give 20, 25%, but you have to understand that these other brands have generated the results and affiliates know that they can make money off of them. They have proven angles. And if you're coming into an industry that doesn't have any of that, you need to make sure that you incentivize these creators to post as much content for you as consistently as possible so you can find those winning angles, you can find that initial traction. So giving them higher retainers, higher commissions, or even things like giving them a free account. So let's say they don't have an extra account that they can post on, you just buy them an account, and that's sometimes what we do. Another way we incentivize them is making sure that we kind of go through that transition process, and I find that getting that first sale is the hardest, especially for a newer product. So what we'll do is for every creator, we'll give them 100% commission. That means, let's say the product cost is $30, they'll get a $30 bonus at the end of the 30 days if they make that sale, and that's 100% commission. And that way they just stay incentivized and they stay motivated to keep posting, and that builds momentum for us. Now, a big mistake that a lot of brand owners make, and this is something that I personally dealt with, is they don't have boundaries with the creators. Now, what do I mean by this? When we started Leverage MetaMix, I wanted it to be the most affiliate friendly brand as possible. So sometimes what I would do is I would tolerate certain things that would actually be killing the brand and not helping us, because I didn't want to establish certain boundaries with the creators. Now, what do I mean by this? For example, let's say someone doesn't post consistently. You need to give them warnings, but if they don't post consistently, then you have a right to either pay them a partial retainer or kick them from your brand, because one, it is ruining the culture of your brand. Two, they're wasting your time valuable resources that you can coach and use on other creators that are more motivated to post for your brand when they themselves are not posting for your brand. So you have to be fair but strict with creators, because you have to understand that you're managing people at scale, and you have to consider the investment you've made, and you have to keep your bottom line in consideration when making those decisions. So have certain policies, and one of those policies is making sure that you don't pay creators upfront. Now this will burn you. This has burned a lot of people where they pay their creators and then they get ghosted. So make sure that you either pay them on the 15-day mark. That means they've posted 15 videos for you, and you pay them half, and you pay them the remaining amount towards the end when they post 30 videos, but don't pay them upfront. Now what you need to understand is that a free product is no longer a solid incentive for creators, especially if they don't really care about it. There are ways to incentivize customers outside of just paying them more money or making them more money, and that is by alignment with the product. An influencer or affiliate creator is more likely to post about your product if they have personal stake in it, if they face that problem, if they're aligned, if they are the demographic that you're selling. Plus, this also helps with sales because people want to buy from people that look, sound, and act like them. And this is where also establishing a personal connection through Discord or a community with your influencers is so important. Even if they're just affiliate, you're not paying them retainers, bring them into your Discord community. Make a community where you have your creative briefs, you have a ton of information about your brand's values, where you're active, and that is what is going to be leading. Because you have to understand that these creators are receiving tens of packages every week for free, and they'll accept the package, but they won't even open it if they don't have an incentive as to why they need to create content for it. And this brings me to my last point, which is once you've gone through the trenches, you've built that initial momentum, don't let it die. Because if you let momentum die, you have to start from scratch. You have to, convince creators to post for you again. You need to start pumping out a lot more videos, and it just will kill a lot of progress if you don't keep the momentum going. Now, what do I mean by this? The best thing you can do is to make sure you have a strong community where people are active. This means you have to be active, or you can also outsource this to someone called a manager. Now, a manager is a creator or ex-creator that no longer just creates and they just manage a community. They will deal with creator payouts, they will solve creator issues, help them with content, they will host weekly calls. And what this does is this creates an overall helpful, collaborative community. And a lot of the time, this also serves as an external incentive for people, because if they can learn something from your community, one, they make more profitable content, and two, they feel indebted to you and they want to promote your product. So making sure that you have a strong community where there's weekly calls, where there's a strong management team, and you can be the manager, but you just need to make sure that you commit to it, you're consistent, and you know what good content looks like, which is, again, it takes me back to make sure to study what works within your industry, make sure to provide your creators with the right resources, because you as a brand owner are the captain of the ship. You need to steer the affiliates in the right direction so that you can generate great results for them through affiliate commission and for your brand through overall revenue. And once you do have momentum, it is very easy to scale on TikTok Shop, because a lot of affiliates then want to sell for you because they know that your brand is making a ton of money for other affiliates, and then you don't even have to invite them. They'll be jumping in on the opportunity to promote your product. And that's how all these massive brands scale to millions of dollars every month. And that's how we're going to be scaling our brand to millions of dollars every month. So if you are new to this channel, make sure you take a look at some of the other videos, because we're launching our newest brand on TikTok Shop Live. Document everything. We're going to be documenting the stage where we hire our first creators, the results from them, any setbacks that we face, and we want to be as transparent as possible on this channel. So if you found this valuable, make sure to drop a comment, drop a like, and if you have any questions, my Instagram is in the description. Feel free to DM me and I can connect you with the right person, or I can help you myself if I know I can help you out with something. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.